Ladies and gentlemen, I have always opined on this platform that in politics, nothing happens out of mere coincidence, and that everything in politics is normally well planned, well scripted, and executed to achieve a specific political objective. Nothing in politics just happened for the sake of it. On Friday last week, at around 4 p.m., something very interesting took place in the Republic of Kenya. Some armed men in a double cab pickup blocked a Toyota Land Cruiser at a junction on Wood Avenue in Kilimani, Nairobi. Then the CCTV footages, which were recovered from around the area, showed the four men getting out of their pickup and then forcefully pulling the occupant of the Land Cruiser into their vehicle. They then sped off with the vehicle. Within no time, news emerged in the Republic of Kenya that the occupant of that vehicle was actually none other than billionaire Jaswant Rai. And Kenyans started asking themselves several questions. Who could have been behind the abduction of Rai? And why was Rai, a billionaire, driving himself alone in his vehicle without his security, without his driver? So several questions were asked. The DCI then announced to the country that they were not holding Rai anywhere in the Republic of Kenya. But then the next day, William Ruto, while addressing a political rally in, I think was it in Bungoma, said something which caught the attention of the country. Listening to William Ruto, because by the time William Ruto was making this statement, Rai had been abducted. He was still missing. Kenyans were still asking where he was. And because William Ruto is the president of the Republic of Kenya, probably by the time he was making this statement, he had more information about Rai's whereabouts. Because probably if you ask me, there is no way William Ruto would have made this statement if Rai was just missing without the knowledge of the state.
And I want to promise you, this is the government that will sort out this sugar problem in this region, because we have made a decision that we must do it. Tunaelewana jameni? Kwa hivyo mimi msikuwe na wasiwasi. Niko hapo chonjo kabisa, nitahakikisha hiki kitu ikakaa chonjo. Na wakora wote wako katikati, msikuwe na wasiwasi ati kuna mtu atakuja kutuongelesha Kiingereza hapa, sijui muhindi fulani, sijui nani. Hapana, hiyo haiwezekani. Sijui mwingine ananiambia Rai nani? Hapana, hiyo haiwezekani. Yeah, hiyo no. Hii ni mali ya wananchi.
So in this video, I want us to answer some three very tough questions. Who is Rai? Who was behind that kidnapping? And why was Rai kidnapped? I want us to figure out those three questions. Before we do that, in case you're watching this channel for the first time, please take a second or two, click that subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will automatically notify you. And to the subscribers, I want to continue thanking you guys for your continued support, because without that support, this channel cannot be where it is. And I also want to appreciate those who normally send me coffee. Like today is a bit chilly in Kisumu here at this hour, so I'm helping myself with that coffee. So I thank you. Can also do the same using the numbers you are seeing on your screen. Ladies and gentlemen, several questions have been asked. Rai was released, was it on Sunday evening, after 2 days in the hands of abductors. According to the information which are available, the abductors told Rai not to disclose or discuss anything which they questioned him during that particular period. And of course, the government has also issued red alert on him, which means he can't leave the country. But who is Rai? That is the first question which I want us to answer. Rai is a sugar mogul in the Republic of Kenya. He actually controls 43% of sugar in the Republic of Kenya. So which means if you go to any supermarket today, then you see those brands of sugar. Just know that 43% of them are actually owned by Rai. So far, his known companies are Cabras Sugar, he has West Kenya, he has Sukari Industries in Dewa, and Ole Tipo. Those are sugar factories, serious ones. In fact, in areas where Rai operates, farmers are not crying. Rai is also the owner of Rai Cement. So if you want to understand how this guy is wealthy, he's also the owner of Rai Cement, Menengai Oil. He also owns Team Sales, and that is the link between Rai and Uhuru Kenyatta's family. He also runs and owns the Rai Ply company, the one that supplies poles, timber, and he's the one who bought and is now the owner of Webuye Pan Paper. So Rai is not your ordinary Kenyan. He's one of the who is who in the Republic of Kenya. In fact, someone was telling me that Rai is so powerful to an extent that Munya was telling someone that Rai would dictate what is being typed by the secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture. So it's a system within a system. But the biggest question which every Kenyan is asking, who was behind the kidnapping of Rai? Who? Now, based on the profile of Rai, being a billionaire, being a Kenyan of Indian origin, he cannot just be abducted like that, and then people just assume things are normal. Like that, then it's returned just like that, and then life just continues like this. So based on his profile, if you ask me, I tend to think that this guy was actually arrested by either the intelligence or the Kenyan security system. And maybe the Kenyan security system has more information, some they might not share with us, on why he was abducted. I'm saying this because if you listened to Ruto, just listen again to William Ruto's chilling message to this guy.
Nimewaambia hawa watu wote hapo watoke. Hiyo kampuni ni kampuni ya wananchi na tutaipangia upya. Hakuna kesi, tuta entertain hapo. Kesi watoe na wao wenyewe watoke. Nyinyi mnanielewa? Tunaelewana? Na nimewaambia mambo ni mangapi? Matatu. Wakitaka kuniletea kisirani, either wahame Kenya, ama nitawaweka jela, ama wasafiri waende mbinguni.
No, that's the president. Ruto is not any other person. William Ruto is the president of the Republic of Kenya. Talking like that about a man who was abducted. He has never even talked about that particular incident of abduction. Just issuing serious warning. And again, I was listening to Gladys Sholei. And Gladys Sholei was like, nothing happened to Rai. Rai just abducted himself. I don't understand how a billionaire of that nature would abduct himself publicly. And even if he abducted himself, it means there's something wrong with our security apparatus. Our security apparatus should by now have told Kenyans that this gentleman abducted himself. These were the people. Because this thing happened in broad daylight. And for me, I still believe that it was the system who abducted this guy. Because so far, no police action has actually taken place. This is as an international businessman. No serious police action so far. Of course, there are those who believe that he abducted himself. But I strongly believe that the abduction was part of Kenyan security operation. They know better why they abducted him. And the other question is, why do you think anyone would plot to abduct Rai of all the people? For me, number one is that this gentleman is believed to be a business partner of the Kenyattas. As we speak, the Kenyatta family are out of the country. William Ruto and Kenya Kwanza have tried so hard to frustrate Uhuru Kenyatta's businesses, both in Kenya and outside the country. Sometimes if you want to cut a tree, you don't go for the tree first. You go for the branches. So if Rai is part of their business partners, you cut them. You cut the branches. That, for me, could be the main motivation behind the frustration of Rai. Rai was very close to Uhuru Kenyatta. And of course, even Ruto, he was a close associate of William Ruto when Ruto was the deputy president, and I even think in the first term and his second term. So I tend to think that this guy is being harassed because of Uhuru link. Number two, there is the Mumias Sugar politics. You know, William Ruto was in Kakamega, he was in Bungoma, he was in Vihiga, Busia. Major issue, Mumias Sugar factory. And William Ruto, being William Ruto, probably he understood the cries of the locals. That Mumias Sugar is not producing sugar, but you're seeing their sugar on the market. If you go to some supermarkets today, you'll find branded Mumias Sugar. So you wonder, where is the government when that kind of a thing can happen? So for me, I think Ruto just wanted to address politics by appearing to target Rai, and maybe because the intelligence had told him that the locals are anti-Rai. So just arrest him, tell him you are going to deal with him. Then the feedback will be good for you. So far from the lawyer nation, I think majority of them are happy that Rai had or has been arrested. Number three, if you ask me, this could have been part and parcel of a scheme to divert the attention of the country called Kenya from the power blackout. The moment Rai was arrested, missing for 2 days, Kenyans talked about Rai. They forgot about the issue of electricity. Who engineered the blackout? Maybe there's something. I might be wrong, I might be right. And number four, if you ask me, this is sugar cartel wars. Serious war. You know, sugar is not even good for our health, but Kenyans love it. You can't tell Kenyans to leave sugar. But there are people who are fighting to control it. Rai currently control 43%, which means other players are sharing the 57 remaining. I'm certain that William Ruto and his team are also creating their own system and cartels within the sugar industry. And that can inform why Rai was arrested. It's a cartel, so they want to frustrate him, annoy him. He'll be forced to sell some shares. He'll be forced to close some company. The new players will come in. And lastly, I also tend to think that there is likely to be a bit of fallout between Ruto and Rai. I'm saying this because these gentlemen were very close friends. Very close. I'm sure they have things they're doing together. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Thank you guys, and may you have a good day. Bye-bye.